Can you tell people how to network? Feels like many VTubers don't know how to start. I'm gonna go ahead and give you the secret sauce. All right, here's the secret sauce on how to network as a content creator. Just interact with people. Just interact with people. Create content that is interactable. And if you get to know somebody, then you get to know somebody. And if you don't, sometimes it's just not meant to be. The deep magic of this is not complicated. It's not. It's not. But like, here's the thing. Okay, a lot of people get caught up on the aspect of networking. They're like, oh, I need to network. I need to be, super busy with all this. No. Just interact with people and, interact with them genuinely and consistently. Don't interact with the goal of like, I want, oh, can we be friends? I'm going to be honest. If somebody like hits me with that, oh, can we be friends? It's probably not going to happen because it's fucking weird. It's fucking awkward. Don't put people in awkward and weird situations. Interact for the sake of having fun with interacting with this person. Don't put people on the spot with DMs and stuff like that. Like, one of the things I do, and like, this is kind of like, the slow burn for, like interacting with folks, is I just go and I hang out. I don't ask shit from nobody and I don't expect shit from nobody. Do you know what happens with me most of the time? People will reach out. People reach out and be like, hey, Cab, what are you up to? I'm like, not much. How you doing? Networking, it's not working with someone. Don't force it. Just let it grow organically. And if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. Exactly. No, Chi-Chi's absolutely fucking right. But as far as like networking with people, getting to know people, it's just hanging out. For example, I'll use myself as an example. I'll use Froggy as an example, and I'll use Giga as an example. So, for example, I don't know Mouse. Mouse has rated in the channel before. She just talked about my content. We know of each other. We've had like very, very minimal interaction. The fact of the matter is I was a part of Mouse's community before I even like started VTubing. She has played a big hand in, content. And so, for example, I just go in, her stream, I interact, and do whatever. And like, yes, it's kind of like, like being a drop in a sea because Mouse has a huge community and everything like that. But, I've created content, she's seen my content, I've seen her content. We know of each other. And, the other day she was like, yeah, I want Cab on Speak with the Devil, with, other VTubers, because she wants to do a smaller VTuber segment. It's just, we have naturally interacted and and bumped into each other just by doing what we do. There is no objective out there. Like, I create content, I put it out there. Mouse creates content and put it out there. And we both have gotten a feel for each other, or know of each other and have register each other's vibes. Another example, Froggy and Fruit. Froggy's a long time member of Fruit's community. She goes in there, she interacts, she has a good time. And has done like art of Fruit, and because like she just enjoys it, she enjoys drawing fruit. And so like Froggy and Fruit have gotten to know each other. And it's not a forced thing, it's not a planned thing, it's just people doing what they enjoy doing. Another example, Giga and Zin. Giga was a longtime member of Zin's community, and has just interacted, it's part of chat, has a good time, and Giga's out there producing content. Zin has seen that Giga's in chat, and got to know her a little bit, and was like, hey, I actually enjoy interacting with this person. And like in every single one of these instances, these have been people who are just going about their days, they're creating things, and they wind up interacting with each other in a natural, organic environment where they've been like, oh no, these are people I actually enjoy interacting with, and checking stuff out with. And like, here's the thing, is like, comparatively to like any of the VShojo girls, myself, Giga, or Froggy, we are small. But the fact of the matter is, it's not about numbers, all right? Like, a lot of people look at numbers and they get worried, all right? It's about being people, being approachable, being genuine, and interacting genuinely. Because I will say, like, anybody who's been in the game for a while, if somebody is out there interacting with an objective, you fucking smell that shit. It's one of the things, like, content creator relationships is a really big topic that is kind of like not talked about a lot. It's not something that people like to talk about because it almost feels like it's something taboo, but in the grand scheme of things, it's not a very deep topic. Yeah, but honestly, online relationships as friends can be tough and just weird to navigate around. Yeah, but like, here's the thing, it's like, especially, in content creator, friendships and relationships, one of the great things about it is that a lot of, content creators, especially those who have been in the game for a while, who kind of know what's going on, they will understand the difficulty of maintaining those relationships. And that's one of the reasons why a lot of my friends are also content creators, is because they know, and we've talked about this before, They know that if I don't get back to them for 4 days on a DM, it's not because I fucking hate them and I don't want to talk to them. No, it's because more often than not, I'm busy. My ADHD has gone off the fucking rails. I have 50 fucking DMs open at minimum, talking to probably 60, 70 people, and I'm just trying to juggle everything, and I've probably missed something. And that I will either get back to them or they can just hit me up later. And like at that point in time, I will probably get back to them. Because we actually sat down and we talked about the day. Like I went in my Discord and I looked at how many DMs I had. I had 50 active that I have like been a part of in the last week. At least 5 of those are a group of at minimum 3 people. But a lot of my friends understand that. They understand it because they live that life as well. Yeah, it can be stressful. But like that's one of the things you kind of have to deal with, especially if you're somebody who, if you're somebody, you know, who does a lot of, you know, community interaction, who does a lot of, you know, like content, you know, creation, mentoring, things like that. It's one of the things you kind of have to learn to juggle. And, you know, that's why I like surrounding myself with people who also understand that struggle, is because, you know, then I can be like, you know, hey, let me get back to you next week about this. And they're like, okay, yeah, sure, whatever. And they don't take it personally. I guess it's something that you also get used to with time a little more. Exactly. No, it's very much along the same lines as getting used to reading a chat. So like if the chat is going and going and going, this is one of the big things that, you know, I've talked to, you know, folks and, you know, friends who are smaller creators is, you know, so I've rated in some folks and, you know, the smaller side of chat. And, you know, like we'll rate in and we have like, you know, like 200 plus, you know, however many people we have watching. But however many people we have watching, we'll rate in and they'll be like, they're not used to something like that. And suddenly chat is a mile a minute. Brr. Me, I can kind of keep up with that. But I've also been doing this for like a year plus at this point. And, you know, we've seen steady growth. And so I've gotten used to reading chat and, you know, seeing what chat's saying and being able to pick out things. And as time goes on, as the community grows and chat grows and gets more busy, I'm going to get better at it. It's quite literally, it's a skill. As someone who just started to have business DMs, I feel that difference and I'm beginning to understand when people can't respond. Yeah, it's yet again, it's one of those things that is not talked about with content creator relationships, is that it's very much like having business DMs open. It is something where you are especially because content creation is a sole proprietor business, generally until you get much larger. And it can be hard sometimes. There's a lot of things that aren't super intuitive. There's a lot of things that are not, how do I put it? I'll put it like this. It is hard to go find out what you're looking for when you don't know what you're looking for. And so by going out and talking about these in often like broad strokes, and then kind of getting to like the nitty gritty of things, the content becomes more accessible. The knowledge is, you know, you gain a general knowledge of things. And so you're kind of like, you can start to kind of fill in the gaps. It's rough on the social battery. Sometimes it becomes hard to even find time to interact just socially with friends, much less business stuff. Yeah, like yesterday, I was burnt out for a good bit. Anyways, yeah, and so like, you know, that is some of the things about, you know, content creator relationships that, you know, they're not really talked about, but at the same time, it's a topic that is super in depth. Like, you know, this is something that, you know, so we talked about, you know, like interacting with each other, you know, like on an organic basis, generating a this kind of, you know, like genuine, you know, repute with folks. And that's one of the biggest things I can go ahead and say is, you know, when you're doing content, when you're interacting with people, be somebody that is true to you. That is one of the great things. And like, here's the thing, before you even fucking start, okay? Before you even start, you are worth it, okay? You are worth it. You are not fucking boring. You are not uninteresting. If you feel like you don't have a passion for something, it's not because you don't have a passion for anything. It's because you just haven't found it yet. Don't start on me with that, oh, I'm bored, I'll never be interested in bullshit, because that's exactly what it is. It's fucking bullshit. And I refuse to be told otherwise. You have to find what drives you. You have to find what fuels you. It doesn't just come to you naturally, all right? It's not just like some magic fucking spell where you utter the words of like, I have passion about something now. It takes time. It takes time. And sometimes the road to finding what you're passionate about, to finding what drives you, is lined with things that you are not passionate about, that do not drive you, all right? Every way that you do something wrong is a step towards doing something right. Simple as that. If you are so hard on yourself that you can never give yourself any fucking credit, yet again, I'm gonna go This is going to piss people off. I can guarantee you this is going to piss people off. If you are so hard on yourself and constantly trash talking yourself, people are not going to want to be around you. Because essentially what you're doing is you're dumping and offloading your shit into somebody else's lap. They probably already got a bunch of their own shit in their lap. Congratulations. It is now a big pile of shit. And I'm not saying go out there and be, you know, like you have to love yourself and be upbeat, you know, sunny all the time. Absolutely not. But acknowledge your own, appreciate yourself. At least appreciate your own fucking efforts and that you have tried and that even if you have not succeeded, you are continuing. You would be surprised how taking and reframing failure from, oh, I fucked up into, hey, I learned something today will change your fucking outlook on life. And by changing your outlook on life, you are now changing the way that you interact with the world. By changing the way you interact with the world, by changing the way you interact with other people, you're going to be somebody that people kind of want to be around a little bit more. And in the realm of content creator relationships, if you're somebody that people want to be around, you're probably going to wind up finding yourself around a lot of people that are interested in hanging out with you, you know, wanting to do stuff with you. Changes in your life is about starting small. It's about taking the small thing and using those to essentially build the foundation upon which you will have larger things, bigger successes. Look at it as, instead of just like, I have constructed this edifice of all my accomplishments. No, you are taking, and each small accomplishment is a brick. You take every single one of these small accomplishments and you use your will, you use your drive, you use your perseverance as the mortar to stack them all together and build something greater. And over time, you will build something. You will construct something. Will it be the best? No. Here's the thing. You can always build something else.